this magical world, heroes are praised. But what defines a true hero?
Nobody cares! This is where things get interesting. So sit down and enjoy the show.
Oh, wow. Dang. I mean, that's an intro.
Great. I'm just laughing because we cut away and here's Gene.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to just bring that in. I got to put him on the spot.
Okay.
I feel like I'm set up.
Man, I mean, look at him. He's just chomping away there. What's up, everybody? We're
How's
back.
it going?
Oh, what is up? It has been way too long. Like way
Right.
too long.
It's crazy.
We're talking about this. It feels like it's been a year. I know it hasn't been, but it feels like it's been a year.
I think it's been about 6 months.
There, we're getting a little close, but little too close.
Right? Yeah, right. No, wait. What?
No, I'm just messing with you. Love the Haunted Mansion hat, man.
I know, right? But it's actually
sorry.
It's actually a haunted haunted museum from Vegas.
Yeah, Zach Baggins, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. I watch every episode.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you been to it?
That dude.
Oh, twice.
Is it really that like creepy? Because it looks pretty.
It's all right. It's okay.
I don't think much
I mean,
scares them. They had a cat named Valak, man. I'm sure they're not too scared. I can never name a cat that because I'd feel like I'm testing fate, like it's gonna come get me or something like that.
Yeah,
They
right.
didn't. That didn't scare them.
Oh yeah. By the way, don't mind Gene. Gene's just in the backyard right now. He's
I was
actually.
gonna say,
I don't even know if
man.
he's in on a back alley. He says the backyard, but it could be an alley.
I'm under the
somewhere.
I'm under the bridge,
Dude, he's at someone's cookout right now. It's just like, oh, I got to step away for a second.
and I'm enjoying this delicious DiGiorno's pizza.
So, real quick, does anybody know is Happily Ever After like happening right now?
Yeah, pretty much. I think
The first show of
The
Happily
first one.
Yeah.
So we're up
Wait,
against.
we decided to compete
Nobody's
against the
watching us.
return. No.
Hey, crazy for
To be
this.
fair, it's Mike's fault. Mike wanted to do the third.
What?
I'm just saying, you did the third.
Right?
No,
Come on
this
now.
is-
This is actually my 2-year anniversary of being engaged. I did not want to do today. Trust me, I did not want to do today.
Hey,
I think
Hey,
I'm gonna be honest. I
Right?
don't want to put you in the spot, Mike, but I
Exactly.
think you probably forgot it was because it definitely was you. That picked it.
Oh yeah, right.
wait, does that consider? I mean, it's a 2-year engagement. Is that a congratulations type of thing, or is it just?
I think you know what it is. You're like, come on, man, set the date. Let's go. Let's move it up. It's 2 years already.
Right.
Stop.
That's what
dragging
I
your
said.
feet.
You
I
know,
wanna
stop
go to the
dragging
wedding,
your
man.
feet.
Let's go.
You know,
just broke
I
the
want to
chair?
go to one too.
Right?
There we go.
Wow, we got
Oh,
some
yeah.
people in here. Crazy for Diz. Hello, what's up?
Oh yeah.
Tiki Rick's in the house.
Tiki
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
yeah.
happy to be back,
All
man.
right.
And of
Super happy
course,
to be back.
Mikey B.
Yeah.
Always appreciated to see your face in here.
For sure.
Mikey
And,
B,
and
welcome
there
back
we
as
go.
well.
And there's Jesse. And,
Yeah,
and
there's
you know,
Jess.
we just touched on it. Let's also just thank whoever is here
Yeah.
for bypassing live, because I'm sure everybody's streaming it live. Happily Ever After. Thank you for coming in and saying what's up and bypassing that and watching it on replay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we've got some heads in here already. That's pretty
I'm
awesome.
gonna get out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so much has happened over the last like 6 months. I don't even know how long it's been.
I
Something
know
like,
we actually got a chance to
Yeah.
meet.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
another thing. We got.
Well,
I got so much video.
Well, besides, you know,
Yeah, sorry, Larry.
yeah, right.
Yeah, but you guys were on the West Coast.
I know. As I say, we're on the opposite side.
Yeah. So still, we got a ton of video, man. Ton of video
yeah.
that I've been feeding some to Gene and stuff like that. I know we've been posting shorts and stuff just to kind of get people to get some eyes on the channel again, just because we knew it was so far before we were going to start recording again.
Yeah.
It's kind of what YouTube wants. So that's why we've been posting a lot of that stuff.
And without saying too much, without going too deep, without boring the people, I mean, if they only knew the struggle it took us 4 to get to right here in this moment, right now. And I'm talking about drama. I'm talking behind the scenes drama, not amongst this 4.
You would think this
Right.
channel was like NBC. Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I know,
So,
right?
you know, the rosiness and all the BS that you see that people run on YouTube. I'm sorry, it's just not real life. And obviously, we're not going to get into all the particulars here, but I'm sorry, the ridiculousness that goes on, man. It's just it's not fun.
Unheard of.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Mike, you're right. The stuff that we went through, I don't even want to get into it, man.
Yeah.
Jesse,
thank
we
you very much,
appreciate
Jesse.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, we
hell
appreciate that.
So, all right. I mean, well, our thumbnail says it all. I mean, since we've been gone, like you said, a lot of things have happened. You know, some people have met Bob Iger. You know, for things like that.
Oh yeah, right.
Not all of us can do that, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, come on, let's get it out here.
Just say, I mean, you know, guy, I met the sweater. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the guy in the Carnegie. But our thumbnail does say it all. We are here primarily to talk about Tron, and we are the Disney Villains Club. We are here just to have fun, no holds barred, but we still remain PG. We still are a family-friendly channel, so you can tune in. You can have your kids stay up as long as your kids staying up past 9 p.m. But check us out every Monday night at 9 p.m. Tune in to YouTube. We're on Facebook, except you didn't link up the Facebook again, Gene, so we're not on Facebook tonight.
That wasn't on me. It was linked up. Something's given on, and it's not collecting it.
I can see that. We don't have the green check like we have everywhere else.
Yeah. I know. You know, he didn't have time to relink it to Facebook, but he got a haircut. You know,
I'll be honest with you. I gotta say, I think it's Facebook is an issue. I mean, they're the issue. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay. I mean, obviously you're outside.
What's that guy's
name
again?
Over the fence.
What's that guy's name again? It's my least favorite platform anyway.
Me too.
Oh, yeah,
me too.
By far.
Forget about Facebook. Forget about it. They suck.
Right.
It's definitely not my fault. If anything, all right, we won't. All right. Yeah, we'll just leave it.
All right. Well, before we go ahead and get started, I actually came across this really cool website and a really fun kind of like generator, a villain's name generator. And I feel like it's only appropriate for us to do that. So we're going to kind of regenerate some names here. I'm going to add this to the stream here. So this is the website. It's Fan Bolt. And I just went on Google and I literally just Googled, villain name generator. But, this is a pretty cool one. So I'm going to scroll down here. Right, got a couple of silhouettes of some villains, I guess, and some villain options here. So Joey D, I'm going to start with you.
Oh boy!
And I'm guessing you identify as a male villain here. Yeah, you have to check. You can see what I've already put in earlier today.
Yeah, there you go.
So is your nickname? Are we going to go with Joey D? Do you want to Joey? What do you want here?
I mean, we'll just go with Joey D. Either that or it's Hulk. But we'll just go Joey D.
Okay, let's go Joey D. We can generate a bunch.
Because we don't even know what this thing's going to do.
All right, so we're just going to generate. It's going to generate a bunch of names. All right. Apparently, your name already is a villainous name, but we got Joey D. King Lopez.
What? Right?
I don't even know.
I mean,
oh my God. He sounds like a featherweight champion from Miami.
I like number one Joey D. I kind of like that one. I don't know how that's a villain's name, but okay.
Number one Joey D. No, that's that's like when you're boxing in those rings with those giant gloves and you're playing with your friends and that's just terrible. Joey D Flex. I mean, they already knew.
Well, there you go.
I gotta say
they already know.
They seem to like the number one. It keeps coming up. So,
yeah, well-spoken monster Joey D. Well-spoken.
That's debatable.
Villainous.
Debatable.
And Joey D number one. Number one is in there. Look, just generate me some more here. I just want to see this. I feel like I got cheated. Man, your name is just villainous by itself. Ooh.
Big Iron.
Ooh.
Bender. Bushwhacker?
What?
Bushwhacker. Really?
There was a wrestler. Remember the wrestling tag team?
Yeah.
The Bushwhacker.
Yeah, that was that.
Pyro Thug.
Wow. So now apparently I'm going out setting fires to stuff.
Call of Duty. That's it right there. Sniper Joey D.
All right, there you go. So you gotta put in bits. I just gotta see what it'll do with this.
All right, so what do we put in for Gene? Are we putting in like Eugene? Are we putting in Gene? Are we putting
put in Gene? Put a G.
Just that's your nickname?
That's my name.
And that I know that's your name, but do you have a nickname?
No, not really.
No, okay, all right. There we go. Let me generate Osmosis Jones. No, okay.
Gene Gunman Gene.
Ooh, that's your rapper name, bro. That's your street name.
Fifth Gunner Gene?
No, not Gunner. Fifth
Gunman. Gunman.
And then Gene Johnny Rotten.
I like that.
Mr. Bull Gene.
Mr. Bull Gene.
Nah.
Flex Gene, Metal Fang.
Metal Fang.
Dr.
Oh, this is it right here.
That's it right there.
Gene Dr. Lobotomy. Congratulations,
oh my
Gene.
gosh.
That's your name right there. All right, Larry, you got any nicknames or are we just going with Larry?
I don't really have any nicknames, no.
All right.
No, just do Larry.
Let's do one for Valak after this.
Oh, yeah. Oh
that's
my
already
gosh.
a villainous name.
That's right, it is.
That sounds like a. It sounds like a Guardian's name.
Wow. Larry Winterjack.
Whoa.
Winterjack Larry.
Warlock Larry. I like that one.
Warlock Larry is pretty good.
Warlock?
What?
Oh, man.
Larry Dr. Hell. That goes along with kind of.
These are crazy.
Wait. You got Ogre of the Smokies Larry.
What?
Ogre of the Smokies Larry.
What does that mean, Ogre of the Smoky? Oh, Ogre.
Oh, as an ogre, right?
Ogre. I said Ogre. Oh my
Yeah, you
god.
did.
It's a long day. I said Ogre.
I can't even see that, but yeah, I can't even see it.
Larry
you got-
Invictus.
I think
Wait, Larry Icarus. Remember Kid Icarus? Remember that game?
what?
Mhm.
Kid Icarus. That's it's an old school retro game. So Larry Icarus. I'm surprised they used that.
Yeah.
Bremer. Well, now you got to go, Mike.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's me now. Okay, well,
Inspiration.
unlike you
Warlock,
losers, I actually had a name in high school. Okay,
Oh, what was that?
Magic. Okay, because I was the only white kid that could dunk the basketball in the hoop. So there's that. All right.
Really?
No. Well, I'll keep it simple. Let me keep it simple. I just go with Mike.
Oh, I was in Magic Mike. You could have done that.
I was going to say,
Brutus.
like,
Oh,
that's
right.
a stripper name.
All right, hold on.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's my
Maverick.
high school.
Okay.
That's my high school mascot, Mavericks. So Maverick Mike.
Okay.
I thought they said Mike Grundle. I was
Mike
like,
Northwest rapper. Ripper.
Ripper.
Mike
Oh, this is it.
Boxcar Nomad.
Yep, that's me.
What?
Mike Boxcar Nomad.
Wow.
That's what
Boxcar Nomad.
I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay.
Or
Mike Grinder. Yeah,
Grinder.
there you
Mike
go.
Grinder?
My grinder.
That's just because that's the web. That only came because he uses the website a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, I was
That's
going
his
there.
favorite app.
Whiskey Jack. That's the first thing I thought of.
Damn. All right.
like
Well,
this
that's
one.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know about those names.
I don't know.
Not very,
I'll have
not
to
very
check-
villainous.
I'll have to check chat GPT, see if it comes up with something else later. I'll start mixing with that a little bit.
Right.
Wow. Look, Patty Puddle is here. We didn't give a shout out to Patty yet.
Hey,
there
you go, buddy.
Nice of you to show up.
Patty Puddles.
Right. Jeez.
All
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
and obviously, listen, we're gonna go long here on Tron because it's new and it's been a long time, but we do realize we're not idiots. We know there's a whole bunch of stuff that's gone on since we left. Ironically, we did a show regarding Chapek and what we liked or did not like, and we got some pushback on that, but it's hilarious because where are we now? How's that going now?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So trust me, we will talk.
still here.
Yeah,
We will
right.
talk about this at some point.
And
Yeah,
to
no,
be
we-
fair, I'll be honest. Me and Mike were pretty complimentary of Chapek.
You were.
And you guys weren't even really that nasty about it.
No,
You
and
guys
we
were
could
like-
You know.
No, we weren't.
I mean, we had some
So-
hits on him, but still, you know.
You know.
You're
Yeah, I mean, it really
Anybody's
was
gonna-
not
they're
as
gonna get
negative
the
as I
hits.
think it was made out to be. And I tend to think whoever made it that put it out there that it was negative didn't even watch the episode, because if you watched the episode, I think you saw there was more roses flown his way than there was negative.
No, you're absolutely right about that.
So-
You had to watch it to understand what was really said.
Hashtag shots
Otherwise-
fired.
Otherwise, stay in your lane.
Yeah. No.
Let's
Seriously
just
though.
let's look at a thumbnail.
Yeah, people see the thumbnail like, oh, yeah, but
Yeah.
no, me and Gene were definitely more pro Shapak because, we were just trying to basically encourage the captain to steer the boat right, and he unfortunately let the almighty dollar just push him right out of the company and back to the bank because he made like 44 million leaving the company anyway. So
Yeah,
And listen, it's an impossible job, right? Because nothing he can do is ever going to be good enough. Like, what's one of the most spoiled fan bases in all of fandom, right? Is Disney fans. We all want it to be a 10 out of 10 every single time. It's like I said, there's sports teams that have fans that aren't as nuts as Disney. So I think it's almost an impossible job. And I'm kind of curious to see if Iger's are going to be able to do anything any different, because Iger, I think, had an easier. I mean, let's face it, he didn't have to deal with COVID. Like, Iger didn't have the obstacles in front of him that.
Well, I mean, so I've had my theory that Chapek was like the scapegoat, and I think I've even said it on that show too.
I think he did.
It's just funny that Iger, like, right before the height of the pandemic, just stepped away. As soon as the pandemic's like over, he just comes right back. And I really don't think Now that I look back, I don't think it has any correlation. I don't think that's the reason what happened. But it was just very convenient. Very convenient.
Yeah.
But he
Also,
go ahead.
It's at what, 7,000 layoffs now? So I mean, so
But-
obviously
oh,
it's not all roses.
Right, but do you know what the 7,000 layoffs are?
Yeah, they're coming from up top.
Yeah, they
No.
are. No, I saw they started cutting the top up first.
Yeah, and you know who it is? It's Shapek's
Yeah, it's right here.
meta universe.
Yeah.
That whole division essentially is done.
Right?
Yeah, they are.
So
Listen, I don't,
Yeah.
and
Now
listen, maybe you're right. Maybe he's in the unenvious position where he can,
Sure.
he
right.
kind of couldn't have won anything. I get it.
Listen.
But am I happy this change was made? Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not sold on it until I see him do something where I'm like, okay, that was spectacular, and Chapek wouldn't have done that.
Well, I'll tell you
did you-
what. I'm not paying fees at the resorts for parking. I'll take it.
There you go.
I
And you
don't
know
think
what?
that was. I don't think that was going to stay long, regardless. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it would have stayed.
Maybe not, but I'm still glad it's gone.
Still nice, yeah.
And you know what? I got to shake his hand. Shake his hand.
all those
I heard, Mike, is it
little
true that
things
he
add
said he's
up,
never
man.
going to wash that hand again, Mike. I heard that.
No. His hand was quite sweaty.
Was it- all up to you?
No, but it was really refreshing to that's something, we've been in the park a bunch of times all over the world and stuff like that. We've never seen Shapek walking through, probably because he wouldn't be greeted with the same reception. But
Definitely.
I did interview a cast member too. I actually interviewed what I thought was a guest. And I was like, what was your first impression of meeting Bob Iger? Too many Bobs. And he's like, well, this is actually the second time I met Bob Iger because I'm a cast member. So I met him actually right before he retired the first time. And he said he's always been humble and he usually visits the park once a month. And I was like, that's pretty dope. He walks through the parks once a month. That's great. I mean, granted, he definitely was filming there that day for everything that's being released today. So there's been news articles of what he's done with the company, what he said and stuff like that. Today was, I think, one of the shareholders meetings he had too today. So he did a lot of promos for that. And I also did see an interesting article come out. The rumor is it's getting there, or it's resurfacing again about possible buyout from Apple. So we'll talk about more of that in detail in the future.
Yeah.
But that's just something that's being kicked around again. So, but I think this is a good time to kind of just transition into one of the biggest changes that has happened since Iger took over. No correlation to Iger taking over, but the day has finally come where Tron opens. So, and that's tomorrow.
It only took, it seemed like, it was 4 years.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
Long
years.
of a ride than the actual park itself, which is, I mean, listen, everybody's going to have their opinion on it. I mean, I would think so. I think we've all ridden it, except Larry hasn't ridden it.
Not me. No.
Dean, you did.
Larry, please leave.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, Larry.
Larry, you are one pathetic loser.
Yeah, but
already
honest. Okay, go ahead.
No, already though, because it's only like a 60-second ride.
I was about to say you blink and you miss
90,
it.
90.
It's a fun 60 seconds, but it's over you blink and it's like
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let's start off at the very beginning because tomorrow is actually the real opening day of Tron. But without warning, it was just hey, tomorrow's a soft opening of Tron.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Very smart move to do it that way. Not really get this whole big hubbub about it.
I mean, I guess I know where Joey stands. He thought that was pretty awesome. What about everybody else? I mean, it's kind of a little sneaky. But
I like the idea.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, why? Just get it out there.
So, I mean, I guess the soft opening was just considered previews. No, I mean, it was the DVC annual pass,
and they had already been running cast members through it for a while, so it wasn't like it just started running. But that's you might as well start testing the system and testing the line and how they're going to do it. So you might as well.
Yeah, I guess because there were a lot of problems with virtual queues in the past with Guardians, Rise of the Resistance, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Which brings us to our next point. During the soft opening, during tomorrow, the only way to get on Tron right now is via virtual queue or by buying Genie Plus. So
what's anybody's thoughts on that? And they've done this for a few rides already, so
it's not new.
Experience with this.
It's kind of what I expected.
Yeah, for sure, because it's one of their brand new rides. So yeah, they're gonna have Genie Plus. I'm surprised it's not an individual Do you have to buy a Lightning Lane, like, or is it just with Genie Plus?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I got my virtual queue and I was good.
So it's probably probably have to buy a Lightning Lane. I bet you.
Yeah, but imagine.
I mean, it's an e-ticket. I mean, it's a major e-ticket attraction.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is anybody going to stand out and shout, for Bob Iger's head because this is now how this ride's going to go? Because let's be fair, a lot of people were calling out Chapek when he did it with the other rides, with Guardians and everything else. But if it's going to happen here, if it's going to be status quo and the same thing's going to happen with new rides still going forward,
it's not going to happen.
You don't think it's going to happen?
No, people love Iger too much. The hype of Iger coming back will trump over anything.
But if he doesn't change things the way we liked him before when he left, and we're blaming all these things that happened on Chapek,
that's not on him.
Continue, isn't that make Iger just as bad of a guy?
No, well, for people who realize it, yes. But at the same token, people just got used to it from Chapek doing it, and it's kind of like Iger's coming back. So as long as Iger does any little thing, if he goes around town and picks up trash off the ground, people are going to love it and say, this is why Iger is 10 times better. He doesn't have to change anything that Chapek's done, but if he does, it's just we benefit. But at the same token, annual passes aren't opened up yet. There's a lot of damage that was done during the Iger absence.
Yeah, and also we've started to become conditioned to the way that they're opening rides now, which is this. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying we've become, just like anything else, we've gotten used to it, and this is kind of what's expected. So whenever you try something new, especially if it's for and it's cost only, you're going to get more complaints than if it's just, the way it was before where it's free fast pass and everybody signs up. But we're still running into the same issue. And this, Gene, we were sitting there texting each other in the morning. Did anybody, and same thing with Mike, did anybody get it? And we missed it the first time. Yeah. And that's so you're sitting there setting your alarm, refresh, hoping to God you're going to get it. And again, for us, we go quite often. So if you don't get it, we'll try to get it in the afternoon, or we'll just get it on the next trip in like 6 weeks. Exactly. Whereas somebody that's coming from Europe that might not come once every 5 years, that's going to be devastating.
They got their own Disney, man. Let them stay there. They don't need to come in line. I don't need more crowds. Stay over.
Remember,
stay
we're talking about the guy that would just drive the float and step on the gas when there's somebody in front of it.
So now I know Gene, Joey, I know you guys did Tron. When you were doing your virtual queue, did you have any trouble getting it like the first day? Were you able to get it the first time you tried it or attempted it? Or
we got the afternoon, right?
Yeah, it was funny. We missed the first one in the morning.
Right.
I mean, it was gone in it. I don't even want to say it was a nanosecond. It was just gone. And again, we could, since we're all linked in a group, I think we were all fighting each other. And that's
quite a possibility.
We haven't proven that yet, but I still think that's our theory on that. The afternoon was funny because while we were riding, and it's in the video if you see it, while we're riding Thunder Mountain, we're literally, Sammy's sitting there hitting this thing, refreshing as the thing's going over the hills and she's bouncing. She was able to nab it, which was funny. So that was pretty hilarious. That's a first. I think probably would be a next TikTok trend. I'm telling you.
Got to think about it. Because here's the thing, too, is everybody in the morning tried, right? So, and the park reservations, you couldn't make a park reservation, too, which we'll talk about that completely separate, too, because that's a whole other animal. But anybody who tried in the morning who got it can't try it at 1 p.m. So therefore, that whole list of people are out. Anybody who wanted to hopefully get it in the morning and start their day, like some people who, ride Tron before work, like me. If I didn't get it, I cancel my park reservation and I move on. And then I'm not able to get into the park at 1 p.m. So you really don't have that much competition. Plus, you also have to be in the park to do that 1 p.m. So the 1 p.m. may be a safer bet. So if you don't get your Tron reservation in the morning for virtual queue, like still go to the park and at 1 p.m. get on Big Thunder Railroad and try and smack that, button. Well, but speaking of buttons, if you are new here, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also on this video, hit that like button because it really helps out our channel. And we are building back from the ashes like the Phoenix of Disney. So go ahead and hit that and smash that. And then, of course, boop that little chime, that little bell there, because that'll let you know every time that we do go live and do the show. So,
what are we going to say, G?
And we're actually on Twitch too. Is anybody? I'm curious if anyone's watching from Twitch. Please throw a little thing in the comment section. I'm curious if anyone from Twitch is on right now. We've never done Twitch before, so
no.
There's
probably nobody watching. Don't worry.
Is Gene part of like a hostage video right now?
Yeah.
There's a bright light coming off from the side of the camera.
Like, are you chained to that wall?
My setup is not. I'm in the middle of moving everything, and it would not have been ready otherwise. So I had to, and I have to look to the side because my camera's here.
Yeah, I got that.
And the monitor is there. I have it completely off right now. So like, and before at least I had it somewhat similar. Like it would be just behind it.
Yeah, no.
Now I don't have the setup right for it because everything's all over the place. I actually switched rooms, and so but we don't have to get into it. Just this, I'm not a hostage. That's all.
No, it's all good. But I did want to bring up one thing too, because if you are trying to make a park reservation to go to Magic Kingdom, or to even, you have to have a park reservation to Magic Kingdom to join the virtual queue or attempt to join the virtual queue of Tron. And right now it is sold out. To make a park reservation the whole week. The whole week is gone. This week you cannot go to Magic Kingdom.
We're already past spring break, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is, you either got it or you don't at this point.
Man.
Can I be honest, Joey?
Yep.
You and Mike, you guys wrote it. Do you? If you say you already wrote it?
Yep.
You go back next week, Joey. Are you dictating how you go to the parks based on just trying to get on Tron?
Dictating in the park. How do I go to the park?
Like you letting Tron dictate to how you do your park days?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Guardians, I might let dictate.
And I listen, and we talked about this. I think Guardians is still a better ride, but if Tron was longer, it would push for it. And I will tell you, I think Guardians kind of ruined us a little bit, because normally indoor coasters aren't that long. Because I think if Guardians doesn't exist, or if Guardians length isn't what it is, I think Tron gets a better reception. You don't hear about the shortness as much, because for me, it is a little bit short, but only compared to Guardians, because I really don't have a problem with it. Hey, there you got a hi from Twitch.
There you go. That's Larry.
Good job, Liz. How you doing?
All right.
So from inside the house.
But I think that's a byproduct of that, because kind of honestly, the ride is outstanding to me. The launch is great. The ride itself is great. It is very Guardians-esque inside. It's just not as expansive, which is fine.
I have another hot take, maybe a little conspiracy theory. So the ride is way different. Obviously, it's way different because the ride technology is way different. Than Rock and Roller Coaster. But there's a lot of similarities to it. It's indoors with neon lights. It's got the music blasting in the background.
It does.
It has the takeoff the way, like, you know, maybe not as crazy as the one on Rock and Roller Coaster, but it still has that nice takeoff.
It's pretty good.
Could this be the thought of, well, now we can do something else with Rock and Roller Coaster, because we basically took Rock and Roller Coaster and upped it to a better platform as far as how to put out a ride, because there's a lot of similarities in the two rides. One's a trackless coaster, one's not. But other than that, it's very similar. You got some good old music in the background. You got it's a dark ride with a bunch of neon lights. There's a lot of similarities. Could that mean we're gonna do something else with that space?
No.
You think
Rock and Roller Coaster
is there to stay?
Rock and Roller Coaster is here to stay. I mean, I think it's been confirmed that it is staying. Aerosmith, it's just got a major overhaul. They probably just re-neon the neon lights and things like that. You know, they just really beefed up everything, maybe cleaned up the queue.
Staying though? Aerosmith's definitely staying?
As far as we know, yes. I mean, it has been confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been confirmed that Aerosmith is, I don't know how long. But if he's getting a refurbishment now, I would assume that they're planning, 10 years.
I would have loved to see him do different. Maybe switch it to a little Muppet Electric Mayhem.
Oh, here we go.
What's wrong with that? That's a good idea.
No, yeah, all right, okay.
Aerosmith sucks, man.
Dean, just tell us how you really feel.
I was saying, right?
I don't mind Aerosmith.
No wonder you're locked in the
Tyler,
basement.
like, come on.
Anyway, so let's talk about. All right, now we have our reservation. We're heading into the queue. When you are walking up the ramp, if anybody's out there and wants to know, keep to the right will be the regular virtual queue line. If you stay to the left of the change, that is going to be your Genie Plus or your Lightning Lane, and also DAS access. So going into the queue, thoughts on the queue, gentlemen? I mean, it looks good. It's a long queue. It's a long inside queue, which I was so happy to see that.
It is. And it's funny. I'll tell you what, though, it is a long run up to the ride itself. I mean, it seems like it takes you forever to even get there. But I will tell you this, the way they had and maybe this will change, but the way they have the chain with the line on the right and the left, it can be confusing when you get up to the top, because you got a bathroom straight up to, if you keep going straight, but you got to make a right if you want to go towards the ride. And it can be confusing because I saw people kind of milling around, not sure where to go. Now, maybe when the ride is open fully, maybe people will understand more because everybody's kind of just pictures. And yeah, you're probably not.
You know, well, they got the, like you said, they got the going into the ride and exiting the ride at the same ramp.
Yeah, so it is, and it can be confusing. So
yeah.
I do like that they have the cycles up front so you can actually sit in them and test them and all that other stuff. That was kind of cool to do. I know for Aiden, it put him at ease because he didn't really like the original system that he got in when he did Flight of Passage, but now because of Tron, now likes Flight of Passage. Interesting how it just kind of dope. Yeah, so that was pretty neat. Also, I noticed that when you're getting in the bike, you can actually adjust how hard it's pushing on your back or how far. So you can sit up a little more if you want to. You're still secure. Trust me, you're not coming out of that. But I did like that part. But you're right. The queue itself, as Disney always does, I mean, there's no stone unturned, man. It is super detailed.
The reason I like it, like not even the details. Forget all the details. Forget the the cool neon lights. Forget like the pre-show of digitizing into the world of Tron. That's amazing and stuff like that. Yeah. The queue's long and it's air conditioned.
Yes, this is true.
Oh, nice.
Especially that was a week for air conditioning. It was like 90-something degrees in March.
Exactly, because you're definitely going to be waiting for Tron, but the queue is so long, and especially this, people are going to stop and take photos for the next, 18 months essentially. The queue is going to be long, but like I said, there's plenty of air conditioning to go around inside there, and plenty of time to kind of just stall and take a nice cool break, kind of like Guardians. Guardians is, I think the Tron queue is a lot bigger, but the highlight of the queue is definitely the locker system.
It is, and if anybody that's been on, like, let's say, Velocicoaster, you'll understand it pretty much right away, and that you put your stuff on one side, and then when you get off, you take it on the back side.
Right.
And that confuses some people, but it's a pretty ingenious system. I mean, they perfected it on that, so it makes sense that they would use it here, and also the way that you put in your code and all that stuff. So,
well, Gene takes it on the backside, and there's not that there's anything wrong with that. There's just
By the way, I'm going to tell you something. There's an interesting side effect that Tron during the day is extremely underwhelming visually on the outside.
Yeah,
during the day,
I can see that.
It's very black, and it's funny because it's designed to be night. And night, it's amazing, but it's funny in the daytime. It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. It's cool from a distance because you see it. I
can imagine the ride experience is even better at night too. When you come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I could tell that just by watching video. It was like during the day, it's like, not that cool.
Once you get in the building, it's great. But just coming outside, you can't see anything. Like there's no lights, no anything. It's like everything's turned off, which is pretty.
I'll be honest. They should have. And I guess they couldn't. But if they could have figured out a way to wait to open Guardians after, they probably would have been better off. Well, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think they could have because
it changes anything.
What happened?
I mean, I don't know if it changes anything other than what I said earlier, where we're like, well, maybe we don't view it as being as short as we think. Because
I think that's part of it. It's just, and it's also not as, it's just not as good. And then we got another. He wants to offer us a promotion.
Oh,
he's incredibly. At least he's incredibly flexible and convenient.
There you go. But I will tell you this, though.
So is my ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
I still think. I know, right?
Wow.
I still think we're just gonna move on past that.
Yep.
I still would think Guardians is better. Yeah, I know, right? I still would think Guardians is better. It wouldn't change that. You know what I'm saying?
You think Guardians is a better ride?
Oh, absolutely.
If you're gonna put out a ride and then 2 years later put out a ride that's just not as good, but you put up all the fanfare of it being just as good or better, wouldn't you want to make sure that the one that came out second would have been the better ride?
No, because the thing is, it's a better ride to some people, and some ride it may not be a better ride because, like, Chrissy will never ride Guardians. I'll tell you that right now. She'll never be able to ride Guardians, but she will ride Tron because it's a little bit less, she'll get sick on Tron. She can't sick on Guardians. She can't handle Guardians.
I heard about Guardians. I understand that you get sick. When I finally did it, I don't see where there's anything to get nauseous at.
It's because the way you turn.
I was looking
at the screen and stuff.
And I want to know, hang on, real quick. Just for anyone in the chat, there's like 20 something you guys in there. Anyone that's actually ridden Guardians and or Tron, especially Guardians, did it make you nauseous? Because I can tell you this, when we were getting on Guardians this past time, it made Larry.
A little bit.
Really?
A little bit.
I'm riding and saying, where's the part that I'm supposed to get nauseous at? And again, I will get nauseous on rides. Everest always does. For whatever reason, every time I do Everest, when I get off, I feel a little weak in my stomach on Everest.
Shoulder, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't feel it at all. And a couple of times that I rode Guardians, I haven't felt anything where I would feel nauseous.
Well, think about it. You're rotating like this as you're going, and you're rotating back this way, and then it's coming back this way. I could see it. It doesn't bother me, but I could see it. And every time I've gone, I always see a cast member cleaning up somebody's yak.
Well, yeah,
somewhere on the catwalk.
I saw that, then I'd throw up. I can't handle
interesting,
it.
though,
Exactly.
I saw it on the way in, so I'm like, how did that work? Did you just ride it and then yak to go back on again? I don't. It was weird. Usually you see that on the outside. So
yeah, I mean, I think that it didn't really like make me like push me to the point where I thought I was going to get sick. But yeah, it gives you that little bit of dizzy feeling and that little bit of stomach churn, you know. And I think a lot of it was probably nerves too, because I had heard like people are getting sick on it.
So now you got it in your head.
So then I'm kind of like, God, is this really going to make me sick? Because I'm kind of sensitive to some of those rides where the screen rides with the 3D, even like Flight of Passage. The first time I rode Flight of Passage was kind of the same thing, you know. But after that first couple times, then I'm fine now.
Larry, does that Mickey Mouse on the back of your wall do anything? Does it light up?
It lights up.
Why don't you turn it on?
It's not plugged in.
Let me turn. It's not.
Oh. Please pause. Hold on. I just,
I didn't know you'd have to get up and.
Yeah, no.
Hey.
Whoa.
Yeah, you should have that in, man. That looks
now
pretty
you
cool.
see, you could have just did that 5 seconds before the show. Didn't have to worry.
Dope.
Well, I was like right in here right at the last minute because
I think Bob Chapek is his landlord.
Somebody else was in here running a meeting, so
Oh.
I had to get some stuff thrown together real
Does it
quick.
have to do with alcohol? I was just wondering.
No, actually, no. We're not. We haven't had any drinks in like 2 weeks.
Saving it all for tomorrow, huh?
No, we're doing this like 75 hard is what it's called. This like
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, right. So
it's
no
a PG
alcohol.
show.
Yeah,
that used
no
to,
alcohol.
That used to be my name in college.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Just saying.
No alcohol.
Sounds like an old man with Viagra or something.
Clean diet and work out twice a day.
Wow.
Twice
For
a day?
75 days.
How do you guys have schedules for that? I don't know if I even have the
Well,
time.
we run at 4:00 in the morning usually before work,
Oh.
and then we do another workout at home when we get home.
Wow. I don't even have the right schedule to eat right. Like,
Gene, you can't even get in 3 times a day? Come on. What's going on here, bro? Like,
So this is like actually we started it 1 week and then we decided to go to Disney for a weekend for Disneyland.
Yeah,
so then we started all over. It was a 1 hour on week 1 again, but
I see.
all right, so bringing it back now that we got Mickey Mouse lit up. So
Right.
Joey, we were talking about like Tron, the seating. Well, first of all, the boarding, the way you board Tron is definitely unique, unlike any other coaster, because you're basically lining up side by side with one other person. So if you're a party of 2, essentially you're going to be side by side when you're, it's 1 per number, 1 per line, and there's 2 seats next to each other. The person who's on the left side or on the closest to the front of the vehicle, they get right on the coaster. The person who's on the back or the second person in your party has to actually like cross the track, go on the other side. So you actually have to. It's very, very weird. It's interesting.
I love how they did it because you can see it's clear a platform with an arrow that shows you, hey, walk across the back and then get on the other side instead of having to climb over one bike and then climb over the other bike.
It's very true. Yeah.
Be fumbling.
Yeah.
It's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Not to mention, especially if you're going to have both sides, and you can even talk, Mike, because for whatever reason, we never got ours. The camera system, it was smart to have both sides and not just one.
Yep.
Because normally they would do that, and you're kind of always hidden by whoever's sitting next to you on some of the other rides. So it's nice to do that they do both. What's funny about Mike's picture is that you can literally see him holding
his phone. I know he's like this.
Like this while he's riding like this, and I'm thinking, oh my God, he's gonna drop the damn thing.
No, well, like, here's the thing.
I was surprised. So they have a locker system, so right, but they'll let you take your phone.
No,
so wait. So the first time I went there, I swore I heard from somebody. They says as long as your GoPro is mounted, and I even looked, and I think I remember seeing it. People had wrist, arm bands, whatever the hell it was. I went on this crazy hunt. I went out. I bought 2 GoPros. Didn't have GoPros. I tracked down the wristbands and everything. linked it up. I walked into Tron like I was ready, like just. I can't tell you how I was strapped up. I had a chest mount my backpack. I had a head mount my backpack. Whatever I needed. We get to the locker system, and she says you can't have the wristbands. So, and then she's like, you can't have the GoPro. She says only if you have the chest mount. But I'm like, if I'm on the bike on the chest mount, I'm looking down at the bike, so I'm not really going to be able to see anything. So it was like I didn't know what to do at that point. So the cast member kind of gave me that if you could take your phone with you, and I'm like, what? And that's all they said. They didn't say you could record with your phone. They said you could still take your phone with you, but it was kind of like and then once you get to Tron, once you board the bike, in the front of your bike, there's an actual compartment for any loose items. Well, then
which seems sketchy, by the way, because I'm surprised I can even. It's just a little thing that slaps down. It's not like it locks in.
No, yeah, it doesn't lock in at all. I was like, is something gonna fly out of here? I felt more comfortable having a GoPro on my wrist than grabbing my phone out of there.
Yeah, that's very weird, Mike, that they would have an issue with the wrist mount.
Yeah.
It's funny because as you saw, I brought my GoPro as well. And because of your video saying, oh, they wouldn't let me do my wrist, I automatically just put the chest piece on. The problem is, in order to get the angle you need, because you're laying so far forward, you need to turn the camera upside down and mount it. So anybody that's going to do that, otherwise you're going to get the same video that me and Mike did where it's literally just pointing at the tank. So you don't clap the whole time.
Well, I mean, I got good video because I took out my phone. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Could you adjust how you're sitting though? Like you were saying, like sit up a little bit.
Yeah. So that, like Joey was saying before, it's a little bit different than Flight of Passage, where when Flight of Passage like comes over and locks you in that bike position, you have no wiggle room. You can't move back. It's you're fully harnessed in here. With Tron, that back part that comes up, first of all, like I said, I've been saying it, like if you're uncomfortable on Tron, it's on you, because there's so many people complaining about the seating and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it hurts this, it hurts my calves, oh, but this, that, and the other thing. You control those things that come down by pulling down the handlebars. So as far as you pull down those handlebars, you'll feel the restraints come back. So you're in full control. Flight of Passage, you're not. Flight of Passage comes up automatically and locks you in. This one, however hard you're pulling those handlebars to you, that's how tight, your space is going to be. And even when it locks you in, even when it comes up on your back, you can still sit up. So the thing is like actually on a little bit of a swivel. So in case you don't want to be in that full position where you're hunched over, you can still straighten yourself up a little bit. Now, you could do that with a chest mount GoPro, but it may be like awkward, like, but yeah. So I love the seating. I think it's phenomenal. It's fun. It's a new experience.
I agree. And it also lets you adjust where your knees are. It kind of, it tilts and everything. So it's pretty comfortable, at least more than you would think it is. It doesn't look like it when you get in it, but it's pretty comfortable. And then of course you adjust how much when you're pulling back on the handlebars, that adjusts how much the seat goes on you. And the plate that's on your back actually swivels and tilts. So as you move, it moves. So it's not as restrictive as it is on Flight of Passage.
And, we'll talk about the blast off in just a second, but just keep in mind, if you do have any hats, if you have any ears in the park, definitely check them into the locker. And speaking of ears, I think this is a good time to introduce you to some friends of ours.
Cute. Oh, Winnie the Cute. Rawr, Jurassic Cute. You're not trash. You're cute. This is Sammy. Sammy loves Disney ears. She loves ears so much, she makes her own. Yeah, 3D ears. Want to see her do it? Let's check it out. Here she's making bows. Here she also makes ears. And sometimes she makes ears with bows. Any kind you want. People have been seeing her with her ears and they're saying, hey, can I get me some ears? Pow, yeah, you can. Here you go. Now Sammy's making ears for any occasions. Ears for dogs. Ears for spooky stuff. You name it. Ears for any occasion. And it's all happening at JSA Creations. JSA Creations. Just ask for Sammy.
Wow.
That voice sounds familiar to me. I can't place it though.
But did you just miss my segue skills? I mean, that was.
Oh no, the segue was great.
It was great.
Hey, you know what? We also got we got a couple of ads to run too. Do we want to run one right now or?
Not just yet.
All right. One's a read. One's not a commercial. One's a read.
One's a read?
Yeah, I'll do it today.
You're gonna read on air?
I'm not gonna read. I mean, I kind of just gonna go. I'm gonna freestyle it.
Okay, you know what? Let's just do this. This will be fun. Go ahead.
I got to see this. This is
Guys, do you want to take a vacation? Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, yes. How vacation are we? Is that what we kind of paused
Ready?
after that?
yeah. Go ahead.
Guys, all kidding aside, you know what? There's a ton of these different vacation planners out there, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the best one is Your Vacation. I'm sorry, Your Fairy Tale Vacation. Make sure you reach out to Neil Shukart. His email is neil@yourfairytalevacation.com, and you can find him on Instagram at Disney Universal Travel Planner. Guys, he's one of the top guys in Fairy Tale Vacation. He's one of the top sellers they got. Everything he does is free, 100% free travel planning, 100% free quotes. If you just want to get a price, hit him up. He'll get you a price. His cell is 713-817-5934. He helps you get your dining reservations. He helps you book stuff in the parks. He specializes in Disney World, Disneyland, Aulani, Universal Orlando, Universal Hollywood. He even get you on any, you name a ship, he can get you on a boat, man. Disney Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean, Holland America, Norwegian Cruise Line, Princess Cruise Line. This guy he's one of the best guys that I've ever seen do this. And again, you don't pay him; he gets paid from wherever you're booking to go. That's how he gets paid. So he will get you deals that you won't be able to find. He'll be able to get you all the dining plans that maybe it's hard to get. He will book them for you. Make sure you guys reach out to him. Why'd you take it off? I was still reading.
I you know what? Because I just wanted to see. I want the people to see you reading because that was.
I wasn't really reading. I was explaining, but we'll have an official read.
Okay,
we'll have an official read for him by the next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to make sure that we got his name out there and told everyone to go check him out because he's pretty much as good as it gets. I've been talking to him for a while. He actually helped me book some stuff when I was down there last week, so I want to thank him for that as well. And so from experience, I know he's top notch, man. So make sure you guys go check him out. And again, we'll have an official read for him starting Thursday. On Thursday show, there'll be an official. Actually, no, tomorrow, Castles and Cocktails. There'll be an official script.
Castles and Cocktails.
Castles and Cocktails.
You want to talk about that real quick?
You want to mention that or?
Larry might have to. He might be in trouble if he doesn't.
Wait, we're
Yeah.
gonna ask Larry. Larry, go ahead.
Yeah, debut show tomorrow night. Castles and Cocktails, same time tomorrow night, Tuesday, right? Tuesday at 9 o'clock Disney World time, 6 o'clock Disneyland time, the West Coast, best coast. Anyway,
Well,
but
Debatable.
yeah, it's going to be Andrea and Beth from Villains and Vice, Heather Thereafter, and Megan. What was her name?
Morgan Stark.
Morgan. I said Megan, but yeah, Morgan. Yeah, it's going to be good. They're going to get together and have some drinks and talk about merch, talk about the parks, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be crazy.
Little girl talk on Disney.
Whirlwind of girl power.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be
Chicks,
fun. They're going to be
man.
hilarious. They're going to be hilarious. It's going to be a good show.
Man. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, Gene, want to try this again?
Yeah, guys, if you want to look for travel, go the Fairy Tale Vacations. Your Fairy Tale Vacation by you can't keep taking it off. But with Neil Shukart. Reach out to him at neil@yourfairytalevacation.com. His Instagram is Disney Universal Travel Planner. And again, guys, he's going to get you the best deals you're going to be able to find. Make sure you look for a travel planner. He's the guy to go. Everything's 100% free. That's the guy.
That's the guy.
There you
So
go.
once again, if you haven't caught that, what Gene says, your fairy tale vacation, all the information is below. Let's get rid of, hold on. Let me remove my, there we go. Okay. So all the information is below here. You can see contact Neil at yourfairytalevacation.com, facebook.com. The hyperlink is there for Neil Shukart, your family vacation. Essentially, he will specialize in all the things you see listed on the right-hand side, but not limited to. So make sure you reach out to Gene's boy, Neil Shukart. Can I take it off the screen now?
You can. You know, Mike, I think I should have just gotten you the information. You did so much better than me.
I know that because you don't have to.
Mike's a trained actor. That's not fair. I mean, to say, of course he'd be better than me. He's a trained actor. I'm just some idiot with a camera in front of me.
This is your family a fairy tale vacation, and it's 100. It's completely free. This is from my boy Neil.
He's not my boy. I met him through business. I vouch for him through business. I'm not vouching for someone that's just a friend. I'm vouching because I know he's good at what he does.
This is his phone number. As you can see, it's 713. No, you know, Gene, we just got to get you polished.
Yeah, well, that's polished. You know,
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's all right. At least you got a haircut, so
I did, but this is from Saturday, man. It's
looks good. Looks
it's
fresh.
all-
Still hanging in there.
Fantastic. Okay. Do we have any more ads you'd like
Can I
to
say
run
one
right
other
now?
thing? Can I say one
Here
other
we go.
thing?
Should I
He's
put
actually-
the?
he'll
You
be
want me to put the graphic back
sponsoring-
up?
No, you don't have to put it back up. But I do want to say this: make sure you tune in Thursday night because he's sponsoring a $50 gift card. On Thursday night show on Disney Underground. He'll be so someone has a chance to win a Disney gift
Of
card.
course, he saved it for his show. I just don't put that out there.
Yeah.
What happened?
I said, of course, you saved it for your show.
I mean, listen, it's going to be a fun time, not because of me, but because of Sammy, and I'm just kind of tagging along over there. I'm probably going to do less work on that show now than I do on this one.
It just, well,
Yeah.
that's not much. Okay, so moving forward, but we are talking about Tron, the blast off. So let's start.
Yes.
Let's just the next thing here, because I feel like anytime I describe the Tron ride to anybody, I just let them know, like, because they've heard the rumors that it is a 90-second ride, and it is 90 seconds. Like I said, I did record the full ride. You can see it on one of my vlogs. Yes, I'm making a shameless plug, but it is a 90-second ride. But I tell everybody, if you want to know what Tron is, the blast off is everything.
Yeah,
and it really is.
I agree. I think it's one of it's definitely one of the highlights of the ride. Besides, when you're indoors and it's banking and stuff like that. But yeah, the launch is probably my favorite part of it. Very similar to Rock and Roller Coaster, and very similar to in another way of Cosmic Rewind. Obviously, you're launching in a different direction, but it's it's a quick launch, which is awesome. And I don't even know what speed it tops out, but man, I was
just going to ask you that.
I
was looking too.
I don't think it's not like Velocicoaster fast. Would you right?
No, Velocicoaster fast is 70. I don't think it's.
I don't even. Would you say it's as fast? The takeoff is as fast as Rock and Roller Coaster?
Well, top speed of Test Track is 64.5.
Yeah,
9. 64.9.
Okay, now I want to know, but I think it's comparable. It feels like about 60 to me.
I got to be honest. If it's not for the takeoff, that it's pretty much the Barnstormer.
Okay, relax.
All right.
It says 60. The roller coaster launches with speeds reaching 60 miles per hour.
See, that's where they made their first mistake. You already got Velocicoaster going 70 right across town. They should have gotten this thing to get it up to 75.
Well, Rock and Roller Coaster is 60. So,
they should have finally said, you know what? Let's get this. This got to be a little bit faster.
Yeah. I mean,
just to get it what 71.
The rumor, can I be honest? I'm going to tell you the rumor. The rumor that I heard is Chapek originally had it going 75. Iger came down and shortened it. Now it's only going 60.
Maybe it was to save money.
So just in case you want to book a vacation, make sure you check out Gene's boy Neil over at Your Fairy Tale Vacation. Anytime.
Let me tell you, it's fast. It's fast.
It's fast.
Listen, I agree. It is. But like, if it didn't have that powerful takeoff, be fair. If it doesn't have that powerful takeoff, isn't it just another coaster?
Just another coaster?
Yeah.
I mean, I would tell you this: when you're indoors and it's banking, and you got some of the graphics on the walls and stuff like that, it feels very Mine Train-ish.
And the dash pump in the background is dope. I get it.
But what I mean is that it's powering itself, and you can feel that, which is very much like Guardians as well. So, I mean, is it just like another roller coaster? I don't know exactly. It's. Listen, it's not Space Mountain, just another roller coaster, because that's as cookie cutter as it gets. The only thing we know that makes that is that it's rough as hell, which Gene can't even ride it because
I don't ride. I can. I just don't want to.
But it's a cookie cutter roller coaster. It's in the dark.
No, it just bangs me up, man. I can look at that thing bruised.
Scared.
So it's not that cookie cutter, not like that. So
it's
in that Dwarf Mine Train.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a coaster, but it's a pretty tame coaster, even with the launch. Having not ridden it, but just for what I see, there's no loops, there's no, there's nothing like that, nothing like a Velocicoaster, where you have the loops and inversions and all that stuff. I mean, this is pretty tame.
I tell you what, Larry, I hear you. It's exhilarating. You will see when you ride it. It's a lot more exhilarating than you think it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be less until I actually got on it. I'm like, wow, this thing does move. It does bank pretty hard, especially as it goes across over the people. You don't realize how much it's leaning when you're going and then going into the thing. Yeah, it does.
And then you do still get the same effect. Like if you do sit towards the back, you definitely get more of that full ride experience because you're hitting those top speeds back there, which is coincidentally enough, that's where you can also opt to not sit on the bike style. You can sit like a regular seat and ride the coaster. So that's actually going to be a pretty whipping ride,
Yeah, I think it's going to be popular for that.
Yeah. Hey, Gene, do we have to run any of these other commercials down here? I see a couple of other ones. Do we have to run any of
Yes.
those? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and run one of those now. That was not a segue.
We'll be right back, guys. That was definitely not a segue.
There we go.
Happiness is addictive. Passionate about spreading laughter and creating smiles worldwide. Happiness is addictive. Brings our global community together through humor, optimism, cheer, hopefulness, and merriment. Happiness is addictive. Happiness is addictive.
So yeah, happiness is addictive. I am, I'm a fan. The happiest collection on Instagram. If you do want to look up their stuff, and happiness is addictive on Etsy. That's where
You got your Buzz Lightyear shirt.
I do. It's in there.
You have a Winter Soldier too, right?
I got Winter Soldier. I have Buzz Lightyear. I have Gaston. And then they also sell like regular T-shirts too.
Yep.
I have like a Dapper Dan T-shirt, and the material is incredible. So, and I'm not just blowing smoke. It really is. That dry fit shirt that I got is great.
And I just want to say too, also, an awesome person runs that company too, Christine.
Yep.
Top notch, and so you always love doing business and or just being purchasing something from that is from a good person that's having fun with their product. She's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, and if you want to purchase some other things from good people, check out our friends over at Your Fairy Tale Vacation. Our guy Neil from Your fairytalevacation.com. He will help you specialize in all the things that you see on the right-hand side, but not limited to. So once again, you can reach out to him by his cell phone number. Gene, you want to read that cell phone number?
I can do that. I'm pretty good at reading cell phone numbers. 713-817-5934. Again, he's going to get you the best price you're going to find. You're not going to find it any lower than you would find with him. So
there you go.
And it is completely
and I think maybe here's what we should do, because Mike can do this. He's so much better at it. Can we just record you doing a voiceover over it and just kind of
No.
Oh.
No. You don't pay me enough.
We'll have Larry do it.
Listen, I don't understand something. So, any final thoughts as far as your overall thoughts of it? Overhyped, underhyped, what you thought it was going to be? Mike,
the length that it took to build hyped it up on its own.
Right.
But I don't feel like they really pushed that it was going to be an amazing experience, because they did in the beginning, and then they realized this is taking us 5 years to build. So actually, the anticipation built up itself. But I do love the ride. I do think it's a great addition to Tomorrowland. It's probably one of the most Tomorrowland rides that are available. However, it's sitting next to an ancient dinosaur that should be evaporated from the park. Gas-powered Tomorrowland Speedway. So, but it is nice. Again, it is a nice addition to the skyline. Like you said, at nighttime, it's a brand new ride. So I definitely think it just fits. The ride itself, I think it's phenomenal because of the blast off. The blast off is everything. It is one of, if not the top ride in Magic Kingdom.
Gene?
I do feel it was overhyped, but I think Mike's right. I think how does it not get overhyped with as long as it took? The suspense was just going to grow either way. So I kind of agree with that. Again, I don't want to. I know I sound like I'm being negative about it, and I'm really not. It's a great ride. I just wish there's a part that says it took so long to build it. Couldn't they have made it? They had enough time to do it. They couldn't have made it 2 minutes long. It's 60. Was it 60 seconds?
90 seconds. 90
It
seconds.
doesn't even feel that long. So they couldn't make it 3 minutes. Do you know what I mean? As
3
long as
minutes
it's
is long, but yeah.
Is it the same in
maybe another
Japan or China,
maybe
wherever
2.5.
it's at?
Yeah, it's the exact same ride, which is another reason why I don't understand why it took so long, because you already knew what you were doing, how to make it, and so on and so forth. But yeah, Larry, I'm looking forward to what you think about. Well, have you ridden the one in Japan before? Or?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
So you've never been on Tron at all.
Never been on Tron. No.
Are you a fan of the franchise, the movie?
Yeah. I mean, the first one. I remember the first one. The sequels, I haven't really seen. I mean, I think I've kind of seen bits and pieces, but that's it. Big fan of the arcade game.
And the best thing is, you don't need to be a fan of Tron or know the Tron story to ride Tron. Like I said, it's a perfect addition to Magic Kingdom as far as rides. It is another IP property. I mean, Disney World is now full of that. But again, this is a great addition too. Hey, Gene, do we have another ad we have to run by any chance?
We definitely do. You want me to?
Okay, because I'm going to run this one anyway. Here we go.
Happiness is addictive. Passionate about spreading laughter and
Wait a minute. Is it the same
The
one?
beginning is the same, and then it switches up.
Yeah, it does. It changes.
But we do have another. We do have another sponsor that's here.
I can give my
Oh,
final.
yeah.
Craving your favorite theme park?
Oh, sorry, Joe, what was that?
Oh no, I was saying that I can give my final thoughts once we run.
Yeah, I was gonna rock you out.
Oh,
hold on.
Craving your favorite theme park treats? Right from the comfort of your home? Introducing MainStreetTreat.com. We bring your favorite treats right to your doorstep. Visit MainStreetTreat.com today and go ahead, treat yourself.
Speaking of treating yourself, I want to treat you all to the final word of the night. Joey D, tell us your final thoughts about Tron and who should and shouldn't ride it.
well, first and foremost, was it overhyped? No, not to me. And I only say that because the same exact ride already exists. And I know it wasn't here, but it's the same ride. We know what we're getting. It's the same ride. It looks exactly like it does in Tokyo. It's the same thing. So, yes, it took way too long. I'm sorry. I can't explain it. I know the pandemic. I don't want to hear it because somehow Guardians was built during the same time and still managed to beat it. I guess. I don't know. I still think it's a really good ride. It's one of the best in Magic Kingdom, and it's something Magic Kingdom sorely needed because as we all love Space Mountain, as we all love Mine Train, as we all love, Haunted Mansion and stuff, there really wasn't that, I guess, that type of thrill ride that's in there. So I think Magic Kingdom, it's really nice. But yeah, Mike, like Mike said, I've always said either turn those go-karts into electrics or I don't know, do something with it. But regardless.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, reach out to Disney, bro.
Yeah. I don't think, like I said, I don't think it was overhyped, but who should ride it? I mean, listen, it's not as, well, first of all, it's not quite as intense as, say, Rock and Roller Coaster, but it is pretty exhilarating. I don't know how it's super intense like that, but it is exhilarating. Right. So, I think if you can take, which is kind of funny to say this, if you can take Space Mountain, not if you're like Gene that can't, but can somehow ride this thing. I know it's a lot smoother. I get it. Listen, Gene always say, Gene always says that it's so bumpy that it messes his back up, which maybe, I don't know if any of you feel that way too. Maybe that happens.
If you want to ride,
look at him.
The worst ride ever, I think, in all of Disneyland is probably the Matterhorn in Disneyland. That thing will wreck you, hands down.
You know what, Gene? You just tighten the midsection, bud. Tighten the midsection.
Oh, man.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Just
wait.
I have a thyroid condition, Joey. I had it removed.
But yeah, so Joey,
real quick, Mike, do you want to go over any of the food right outside? Because I don't want people to miss that.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! Oh my goodness, the food. Yeah. So you start off with Energy Bites, right? That's the name of the place, right?
Yeah, it's called Energy Bites. It's basically just on the left hand side, just before you hit the sign. It's like almost to the left of it.
I almost missed it.
Yeah, no, you'll miss it if you're not paying attention. I will say, and Mike can talk about some of the food. My favorite thing was the watermelon refresher. Mm-hmm. I guess whatever it was called. That thing was awesome, and obviously it was hot that day, so it helps. But they have a couple small things for food. The buffalo pot stickers, which I know I had, which I liked. I know you said you had them. You could talk about that. Make sure you kind of hit those because they do have a couple of good things there for that.
No, yeah. So Energy Bites, like I just recently did a vlog on that not too long ago. What, like everything you need to know and see before Tron. One of the things I would definitely point out is don't eat any Energy Bites before getting on Tron if you're not too sure about how you're gonna handle it. Because, like I said, that blast off is everything. It is quite intense. But this, like me knowing myself, I can definitely eat anything at Energy Bites, get on the ride, fine. However, you're probably going to notice the Energy Bites when you're coming off the ride because you're kind of heading in that direction. When I'm speaking about the food, the watermelon refresher was outstanding because it's getting into the hot season. Anything that's sweet, watermelon, great, whatever, is going to taste freaking amazing. So that was awesome. But the pot stickers, there's two types. There's one that has meat and there's one that has broccoli or not any meat or whatever. And I had the one with meat and it was really good. It was like buffalo chicken pot stickers. And I shouldn't say it's really good. It was really good because of how much was packed in to this little dumpling. So you get like 3 dumplings.
Yeah,
But I mean, when I bought into it, there was consistency.
Yeah.
You know, there was consistency. It was amazing. So I was like, I'm really surprised for the price. I was like, okay, I'm actually getting full here. I'm getting something filled here. Then we also had the chocolate cake donut holes. Outstanding.
You gotta like
Absolutely
chocolate.
amazing.
Yeah, they're good.
Well, I hate chocolate. I mean, I don't hate chocolate. I just feel like anytime you try something chocolate,
Right, it's almost too much chocolate. I
it's
get
just chocolate. But the mocha sauce that it's in too, no less. Like I have like video of it dripping off of there. It was I can't praise that enough. The mocha balls or the chocolate balls. Yeah, I would go out of my way across the park to go get some chocolate balls over at Tron. But yeah, no, the food energy bites was surprisingly good. And like it says, more consistent. Look at Gene, man. He is just waiting for the aliens to come pick him up.
Dude. Yeah, and I will say this though too. I know the show's been a little bit different than our normal, I guess, flow that we normally do. Stupid Diz, Stupid Does, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just understand as the shows go, we'll start bringing some of this stuff back and stuff. We had so much to talk about. It's been so long. So we kind of went all in with Tron, which is obviously one of the big new attractions. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things. So just understand it will change some. So
and more or less, the biggest news of all, we're back.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
I love
we're
it.
back. So go ahead, Gene.
No, I'm just saying, at minimum, at least come enjoy 4 friends that don't get to live in the same town. You know, come watch us hang out, because this is for me. Even if nobody watched, this is a fun night for me because the 4 of us get to hang out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So we got to get Larry to move to the East Coast.
Hey, it's a possibility, man. It's a possibility.
If we could maybe break him and Andrea up, and she kicked him out, he would have no choice but to come to the East Coast.
What, the way that just kicked you out and you're outside filming this right now?
Basically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I know. Even though he thinks the West Coast is the best coast, I don't think he wants to come here.
He just says that because it rhymes. He's trying to sound intelligent.
that's
with
right.
it, but
I heard it in a rap song once, and then he stuck
West Coast. Yeah.
But, we want to thank everybody for being here. Mikey B, who always jumps in here and helps us out with our channel. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mike,
if you are new to the channel, if you are checking out the Disney Villains Club for the first time, make sure you hit a big thumbs up on this video. Again, it helps out our show, helps out the channel, which is Diz Nerdy Network. So please subscribe as well to the Diz Nerdy Network. And gentlemen, I think we should take it out.
We do have one more ad to do.
We do?
All right.
Yeah.
Remember,
Main Street Treats is one of our sponsors. We got to play that ad.
Which one?
Main Street Treats is one of our sponsors. I'll play it.
I thought I did that one.
Craving your favorite theme park treats right from the comfort of your home? Introducing MainStreetTreat.com. We bring your favorite treats right to your doorstep. Visit MainStreetTreat.com today and go ahead, treat yourself.
We did that one, Gene.
We did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Gene, are you kidding
Was I
me?
asleep?
Bro,
Yes, this is recorded, and you will see it when we go back.
Yeah.
dude,
Well, I
what are
do
you
like to watch
looking at over
myself
there?
on camera? So maybe I will watch it again. But
okay.
go ahead.
That's okay.
Mike's gonna do that reef now one because I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just figured just in case we missed any
Yeah,
ads
and
there.
you know what? Let's shout out Main Street Treats because they're also a sponsor. They'll be giving out a prize on some shows every month, and also Fun and Fancy Freight will also be, which is another company that they deal with, will also be here. We just don't have their commercial just yet. That might be a read too, so I'll obviously Michael have to do that one.
I was going to say,
as well.
I'll introduce them. Yeah.
But they may actually have a commercial too. I'm waiting to find out.
And guys, let's look at this. Remember this?
Oh my
Look at
god.
That was us, guys.
Yeah.
Guys. Wow.
That is from the original
Wow.
when we started that.
Memories.
When we got in trouble for making fun of Bob Chapek.
There you go. But listen, make sure you stick with us this week
Yeah.
as we got obviously Castles and Cocktails tomorrow, Disney Underground coming Thursday.
Yeah.
And that's just this week. And we'll
Right.
continue to go.
So that's why it is extra
Rolling.
important to hit that subscribe button. Also click that little bell there. I like to say the word boop. So boop that little bell. This way you get notified anytime we do go live, because we will be going live every week quite frequently with different types of shows, some giveaways, different sponsors. If you also are interested in being a sponsor of a show, reach out to us on social media. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We're obviously on YouTube. So check us out. We're even on Twitch because we even got someone from Twitch. Great show. Mikey B, thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mike B's the man.
I mean, we got 100 and some odd people here right now. I would really appreciate that thumbs up.
I don't know. I think that's a spike, man.
I don't know.
Maybe everybody from Happily Ever After was like searching Disney stuff and said, "Oh,
very
look,
true.
what's going on?"
That's very, very true.
I did change the thumbnail right before the show started because there was extra. I don't know what is it, Ex-TRON-A-Ganza?
I made that original thumbnail. I thought I did a good job.
I know you did.
Ex-TRON-A-Ganza.
Yeah,
Ex-TRON-A-Ganza.
Ex-TRON-A-Ganza. I thought that was a cool play of words. Did we change the name of it? No, it's still the Ex-TRON-A-Ganza show.
Even putting the V in front of the A would have made it sound better. Ex-TRON-A-Ganza.
I didn't think about that.
Well,
Make sure to take that one.
My villain shirt.
But thank you, gentlemen, of course, for being part of the Villains Club. I always appreciate. I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm going to watch it on the replay. So Monorail Molly. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. That's why it's recorded. So Gene can go back and realize where he played the Ed twice, not realizing that we already played it.
Yes.
Yes. It's like it wasn't played.
It's like,
guys,
was he even here?
I'm saying because
God, you were sitting there the whole time.
We're all doing the same thing. Nobody's looking at their camera. We're all looking up, but Gene's just sitting there like he's waiting for the aliens to say, come on in. Walk up the ramp. Anyway, yes. So I think that does it for our first show back.
Yeah,
we will be back next Monday, same time, same network. Make sure again you hit that like button, subscribe, and boop that little bell there to get notified when we go live. Any final words?
Yeah, it's good. Good to be back.
Good to come back and being part of the rebrand and the reboot of the Disney Network.
Yeah, man.
Let's hopefully we can get everything back to where it was before we left.
Yep.
And
we will, baby. We will.
Yeah, there you go. Pointed out. I was like trying to figure out what screen. See you tomorrow. Castles and Cocktails, same time, same network.
And
gentlemen,
also, let me wait. Just say one thing too. If you haven't seen this,
I guess
Mike. I feel like Mike's been really like villainous today, more than
kind of
normal.
Right?
I wanted to just say, guys, they're gonna have a signature cocktail tomorrow called the Tipsy Grid. See, that's why we can't have nice things, Mike.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Gene.
Let us know what we got.
They have a signature cocktail, the Tipsy Grid. They'll be debuting it tomorrow. If you want to know how to make that, so you can make it with them, go to our shorts. There's a short on there where they show you all the ingredients you need to make it and basically how to make it, so you could actually make it along and drink it along with the girls tomorrow night.
Are you talking to us or in the viewers or the aliens?
I'm talking to everybody.
Because I've also noticed you kind of shifted over a little bit more.
Because I realized I'm looking at my camera on the screen as if that's what I'm looking. I'm touching that, and then I really should be over here.
That's cool.
Okay. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just from over here.
All right.
You gotta get
until next week, guys. I'll see you real soon. All right. Can I end the show, Gene?
Yeah, go over the
outro.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Do we have an outro?
We do.
We do?
It's amazing.
I gotta find it. I don't know. Oh, there it is.
There's Al.